So I usually speak to the effect that investors or people usually need four things to be a part of any deal. So if you want to leverage yourself and leverage yourself with other people that have what you don't have, whether it's capital, credit for qualifying for mortgages, time, education, skills, expertise, or experience, those are like the four things that you kind of really need to be a part of any deal. Grow yourself in one or two of those areas, connect yourself with others. Just talking that there are two ways that you can earn money with real estate, either actively being directly involved, which is mostly what I talked about this first half here, or passively earning money with your money. So both, I have two people here now who both have resources to either attain passive income with the capital you have, or the potential means for you to find capital or mortgage resources that you need. Konstantin today will speak to what he has to offer for investors, whether connecting with you for what you need for money or earning passive income with what you do have. I actually met Konstantin while playing cash flow at a couple of the Rich Dad Canada events courses that we went to. It was very interesting on how different affect how you play this cash flow game. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this game. Hopefully host an event here, dinner and cash flow game event in December. He's been on his entrepreneurial journey for 15 plus years. He's had experience in Russia, Japan, China, Korea, USA, Canada, so all around the world there it seems. He's been he's been in the lending business for 6 years and 7 years as a RAIN member as well. He's bought and sold houses in the past, and it focuses on private lending. He also understands, so I'll introduce Konstantin here, and you can take
All right, thank you so much, Cindy. That's awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
Grab your
there you go.
joining. But before I start, I just want to kind of thank you and actually just let Cindy a round of applause for the whole thing, putting this together. Thank you, Cindy. Actually, all the team, this Central Alberta Real Estate Association. Yeah, I can grab a seat over there. So, if you wanna,
we need to switch your presentation.
Sure. By the way, like I publish success journal because I truly believe about karma and success. Go on Amazon, just type my name and success journal. And for people who not a member just yet this Central Alberta Association, if you join this month by October 31st, I will get for my own, and I will buy one or two of Stefan Arnew as well. But you have to hurry up, by October 31st. So that's one of my companies here, and like lawyers put in disclaimers here that everything is information is for that I present for information purposes only. There is no offer to kind of attract money here from you guys. I can offer later on. All the offers will go through the Alberta Securities term sheet and subscription agreement if you wish to invest later on. But first of all, I want to make sure that each of you has my business card here. Can you show, can I see that all of you have my business cards? Yeah? You don't have one? Okay, fantastic. Anybody else? Oh, you have to. Okay, fantastic. No. Just grab one for you. Here we go. Here's my business card. 3 seconds. What is going on? I don't know why else. Play. Here we go. I will talk a little bit about myself, and today's agenda I would like to share with you what I've learned so far being a mortgage broker as well as a mortgage lender itself. I like to share with people how you can make money tax-free. First of all, that's my favorite one because not everybody likes to pay, CRA taxman. I also will share with you how you can get almost 0% unsecured financing that I'm using and some of my coaching students are using as well. Business loans, RSP secrets, and how eventually become a bank. Like some people mentioned here that you guys want to lend some money, and some of the mortgage brokers in the industry are already doing this. I think it's very lucrative because right now it's like all the banks are tight, so you can generate very good cash flow by lending your cash. Also, I just got a 1-year-old boy, like last year, so today is 1 year, and I actually really like to educate parents about free money from the government for post-education, like RSP funds as well. And at the end, we will do a question and answer kind of session. I would like to make sure that you guys have a notepad. If you don't, just ask your friend, a neighbor, and elbow them so they can give you a piece of paper so you can write down. So I would like to make this presentation interactive, so you guys can interrupt me. If you don't understand Russian and English, you just need to kind of raise your hand and say, can you just slow down a little bit, or if you could just repeat something. I want to make sure that all your questions and that. So that's my ecosystem. That's how I live and operate. I own few companies, and with my partners solely, as well as a part of mortgage brokerage. So we have a mortgage brokerage, is Mortgage Pro. We have a realtor in-house. We have our money in-house through Best Capital Bond. We have loan company, Happy Loan, that will lend the same day money for people who has houses. And we also partner up with Olympia Trust, Hendricks Law, and other big firms who help us navigate through the foreclosure process, as well as self-directed accounts for the investors. Management team, my partner today is not here. Michael, he's actually got engagement to his wife, and he's in the middle of this scenario right now, so he apologized not to come here. Otherwise, he will give you a little bit of his background as well. So myself, I moved to Canada. That's kind of when my life-changing event happened. In 2010, my wife and I decided to migrate to Canada. At the age of 24, we just grabbed 2 bags of clothes, 10 grand, and just to Canada, straight to Vancouver, because we didn't realize how to live in Vancouver. So we kind of slowly moved to Calgary, Alberta after 3 months, I would say. When I was in university, when I getting my engineering degree, so full respect to engineers here, I didn't get a ring when I came to Canada, because they said, oh, you have to restudy again for 5 to 7 years. And I said, well, that's a long period. I already spent 5 in my university back home. And what I learned in university, that you can actually make money without spending 5 years in it, so you can make money right away. So I opted in to get a ring, and I just started educating myself in real estate. So when I was in university, because I was poor, I was trying to make some moves. I was buying cars in Japan, Korea, China, and I ship them to Russia and I sell them. When I moved to Canada, I will start buying cars from USA, and I ship them to Russia and sell them. So I buy a car here for $20,000, I bring it to Russia, I sell it. After I pay, probably for $50,000, but the government regulations allow you just to kind of pay huge taxes, like about $30,000. It's huge. So, but people still in Russia buy. And in 2012, I actually started investing in real estate. I bought 4 houses, 3 without my own money. So I like opium. That was Cindy said about opium. Other people money, I call it opium, because it gets you hyped, and you can do a lot of things with opium. So I got my mortgage license in 2013, and I think that was my curse, because I become regulated. We have so many regulations, as you know, RICA, FICOM, Alberta Security Commission, etc. However, real estate investor doesn't have any regulations, and they do all these creative deals. Now we have our fiduciary duties. Now we understand this. Now we are professionals. We cannot say that we did not know that, because we can get slammed, we can get fired, we can get fined, we can get sued, etc. That's why all the disclosures are made right now. I raised my first million within 11 months when I got focused in my business, and after $12 million, I stopped counting, because it doesn't matter. I just kind of like game in that matter. I also co-founded my company, Best Capital Bond, where and everybody has this as well, right? Can you show me, guys, so I can see that? So exactly, awesome. So I manage this company as well, and we're looking for investors who are looking for worry-free income, right? Because when I kind of bought properties, I found out how much work it is. So in the young age, I realized, well, why should I do all this work? I should be a little bit trajectory. So I found there is 4 stages in real estate investing. And like everybody else, probably, you started with the first stage, which where you buy houses, you buy single family house, you buy duplex, you buy whatever it takes to get you, started so you can get your feet wet. And after that, I just realized that there is like 5 to 7 years span. So you can wait for the cash flow, you can wait for appreciation, and the huge component is mortgage pay down. And then when you got to the stage second, you said your friends and family see what you was doing. Oh, holy smoke, you got lucky. You made all this money. I would like to invest with you. So now you have a little bit of track record, even if you have 1, 2, or 3, or 5 properties, and people start throwing money at you indirectly. And well, you need to ask, and they will throw. It's not like just people going and throw money like we do in our company, but you need to ask for that. And then after another 5 to 7 years span, you realized, okay, you have maybe 10 properties, joint venture properties. You decided to liquidate this, and you say, okay, I'm looking for focusing on one roof, 10 units. That's where you buy apartment. You might be looking to development because you worked for the last 5 to 10 years, and then another 5 to 7 years went by. So you are in the game for about 15 to 20 years, and then you realized you getting fatter, and you have kids, and then, oh, holy smoke, that's not for me, and you start lending money. When I realized that, when I had my 4 properties, I said, well, if ultimate game is to lend money, why should I go through like everybody else? I just jump into that space right away. And what I did, I can go back. When I lend money and they don't pay me, I just add it to my portfolio. But I don't usually keep. When I foreclose, I unloaded it and I don't like really work. So I like this statement. And Scotiabank says, you are richer than you think. You need to suck into this for a little. And when you kind of have a moment, might be a crisis, might be something, so I cannot raise money, just repeat this for yourself. Try to guess. Let's kind of all out loud say what it says here. You are richer than you think. Just say it again. You are richer, and that's so true, but I cannot trade market anymore because Scotiabank kind of take advantage of it. And I will tell you how Scotiabank and other banks might make money on your money here. Like that's part of my my secret. So when you have $100,000, and on average, statistically wise, people have $150,000 in their jeans in terms of equity in their house, in terms of RSPs, in terms of any registered funds, but they always complain and they said, I am cash poor. Because they don't realize that the cash might be not just kind of cash, it might be your registered funds. This kind of cash into RSP, mutual funds, and any bank products, and the banks pay you might be 0.1, and in some countries is negative interest rate, if you know, to 2% if you are lucky. And they said, oh, you just put it by October 31st, and you get 2% for the next months, and then it goes back to 0.5. And a lot of people buy into this because there is no group like that. They educate people, and they just don't take time, Saturdays, Sundays, or any kind of time frame to kind of put this into the kind of the head, I guess. So, oh, something went wrong here, but how many of you have heard or might be know about fractional reserve banking? Okay, that's a lot of people here actually, like statistic-wise, because not to know about that. So when you put $100,000 into the bank, what they do in it, they give you, Cindy, we need to fix our kind of stuff here. They give you $90,000 back, the same into your mortgage, into your own home, and they charge you like between 2.5. If you got lucky right now, you can get like this kind of rate up to 3.5. They can give you to your car, to your truck, whatever you like to drive, 5 to 7%. They give you line of credit, and today we'll be talking how you can get up to $100,000 unsecured line of credit if you follow kind of real good steps. And also they give you credit cards. And credit cards between 20%, and the highest we've seen is 36%. So think about this for a moment. It's a lot. They pay you up to 2% from you. And how many of you has credit cards? All of you, right? All of you. So just paying banks 36% and they pay you 2%. So that's not fair in my mind. Tax advantages that you can use, and there is kind of some group of plans that allow to kind of have tax advantages. One of them is RSP. How many of you has funds? All of you. Wow, that's amazing. That's the first time I speak on all of people has RSP, you know. And this morning that, oh, I don't have any cash, and he put his hands up. So always go back to the saying from Scotiabank. What is the saying? You are richer than you think. Always repeat that, because this is true. Like, you have so much cash, you just cannot imagine. And that you get me pumped. That's what get me hyped, because there is so much cash out there. You just need to know how to properly access it. If you don't have RSP, so this slide doesn't apply to you, because everybody has RSP here. But if you don't have RSP, or your RSP contribution limit room is not kind of fully loaded, consider this stuff. Go and borrow. Just go and borrow money. It is easy to borrow RSP loan than it is to borrow for your car. It's to borrow for your house. It's to borrow than credit card. I would not say it so, but any unsecured loans, it is much, much harder than get a RSP loan from the bank. And actually, this is BMO ReadyLine calculator. Type it ReadyLine. BMO give you $7,500, no question asked. BMO Bank give you RSP loan for $7,500, no question asked. You just need to ask them. Of course, they will not promote that. Of course, there is different stipulations to get this thing done. But they have this product called BMO ReadyLine. And I like this product because you can get cheap money. And what I'm saying cheap, it's like a prime. That's cheap, like 3%, you know, prime rates. And banks will give you this money. And the reason why, can you just, any idea why they give you, you know, money? Okay, that's one. Another one? Exactly, because they only give you money if you put into their mutual fund. And a lot of people doing that, they buy their ReadyLine product, and they just, because their financial advisor said that it's impossible to transfer it to self-directed account, so you can take care of your own business. We will take care of you, just put into our mutual fund. That's why they will give it to you. But you need to be a little bit smart. You put for a month this ReadyLine, or if you can apply for more, 50, 100, they will get you up to your, depends how much, but they can fulfill all your RSP contribution that you have limit, like all your RSP